I feel like anyone who's listened to my music probably knows me pretty well.
Of course I know why we lasted 2 months.
Jamz Supernova, and I'm joined with Arlo Parks, who's had a phenomenal 3 years. What a journey!
Yeah, it has been. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man, I'm appreciative to be sitting next to you. So your album, Collapsing Sunbeams, has been shortlisted for the 2021 Hyundai Mercury Prize. So it's no longer about sort of the anticipation of what you're going to achieve. This is what you have achieved. And how does that feel?
I mean, it's a surreal one for me, just because, you know, the Hyundai Mercury Prize is one that I actually kept up with when I was a kid, and I would be like looking up on the internet like, oh, I wonder who's like got it this year. And so it's one that's very close to my heart, and also celebrates, I feel, really unique, real music, you know, and a really broad range of artists. So I'm just pleased to be here. It's very exciting.
And do you think as an artist that sort of sits, I guess, on the sort of more alternative spectrum, still within pop music and still within, you know, singer-songwriter, but there is definitely an alternative edge to you. Does it feel like a sort of even more special acknowledgement to have in just you being you?
Definitely. It feels like I'm being celebrated for being myself and for trusting my tastes and just making music that I want to make. I've kind of never like compromised artistically. I've just done what I wanted and hoped people would get something out of it. And I guess this is proof that it's working. So.
And then that artwork. So I just, you know, for me, you were effortless. You were so nonchalant. I once saw you walking down Oxford Street, and you didn't see me, and you were swinging an umbrella, and you were just in the moment, living life. And even on the album cover, I feel like it's you in your most relaxed state. You kind of like here, just I'm out here. But if you look sort of deeply into some of the sort of the way that the you know the sort of props are placed, there's meaning. That's kind of like your music. It's nonchalant, it's easygoing, it's relaxing. But if you look between the lines, there's lots of different meanings. So tell me about the artwork.
Yeah, so it's actually like modelled off this picture of Basquiat. Where he was sitting.
It was a deep one. Yeah.
Where he was like sitting in a studio, and I brought all these little kind of artifacts from my bedroom, my house, and my past, and so there were like some crystals, pomegranate sculptures, and as you say, I think it's about just when I make music, I just feel so myself that I think that's why I come across as so like just relaxed and like sat comfortably in it.
Is there one lyric of yours that you can just sort of pull out from the album that you think that's a banging lyric? That was pure pen.
Pure pen. I love that. Black Dog is like one of my favourite songs that I've written. And so I'd say it's so cruel what your mind can do for no reason, because even though that's dark, I feel like it can also be spun in a positive light, because you know when you have that moment of inspiration, you can't quite explain it, but you just feel like electrified by it. It's like a lightning bolt strikes. All those moments where you are so low. I think it's celebrating how creativity and joy can come spontaneously, but also how, you know, sadness and darkness can seep in. So, yeah.
And a close collaborator of yours is Gianluca Bucciolati. What's the dynamic between you two and the writing that you do?
I mean, I think there's this real sense of closeness. Like, he's one of those people that I met for the first time and I felt like I'd known him forever. I feel like there's this real sense of respect and humility, and also just a spirit of adventure. We both just want to experiment and just see how far we can push the sounds and explore. I think making music should be playful, and that's definitely the relationship that we have.